Hey everybody, we're going to take a look at the fuel sending unit and demonstrate how to make sure that it's properly communicating to the fuel gauge and see if the fuel gauge responds properly. So this will go back and utilize some of the things we've used in the other videos to demonstrate gauges working properly. As you recall, we had a board kind of set up with a terminal block just for our grounds. We had a DC converter that basically stepped everything down from 12 volts to 5 volts and eliminated the need for the internal voltage regulator of the fuel gauge. And we previously had a potentiometer or rheostat set up to mimic the sending unit. In this demonstration, this is actually going to be replaced with the true sending unit. So this is the sending unit, the OEM sending unit that we looked at in the previous videos. So we know that this has the proper ohm range, and we actually have that wired up to our fuel gauge sitting here. So this is a brand new fuel gauge that I haven't monkeyed with, haven't torn apart, things like that. So remember, we have 3 points of connection here. We actually have the 5 ohms coming into point A on the back. We have the green wire, which is landed on the sending post, which is S on the back. And we also have to have our grounds. We have a ground ran to the side of the housing. So again, in this demonstration, we're actually going to make the gauge respond. Right now, our float to the sending unit is down here in the empty position. So as I bring that up roughly to halfway, we should see the gauge move to roughly halfway. Let's go ahead and see if we can do that. I will point out, you'll notice that the needle is slightly past E. So that is another video that we'll look at, is how to calibrate the gauge for the proper start and stop points. And there are adjustments to these gauges. So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling the float arm up. We should start seeing the needle move. See if I pull up a little bit more. So just kind of guesstimating on how far I am. I think we're a little bit below half a tank. If I keep coming, that's probably around 3/4 of a tank. And if I continue to pull up on the float arm, you can see that I'm doing that here to the left, until I hit the stop, I should be at full. So it is a slow moving needle, but it is a functional fuel gauge, imagine that. So pretty simple, and again, we're not all the way at full, so I believe that is something we can fix with calibration. If we go ahead and let the float drop back down, we'll go ahead and go all the way down to empty, so I don't have to hold it, and we should see the needle immediately start to drop back down. So again, it is functional, working. The ohms range are correct on both of them. What we need to kind of adjust are the needle start and stop points on the fuel gauge. There is a third point on there. We'll kind of discuss that in the video on how to calibrate, even though hopefully we're going to avoid that third one. Anyhow, thanks guys.